this battle of the sexes is straight from the devil. It's straight from the devil. It's all systemic. It's all spiritual. It's deeper than people think. It goes beyond economy and economics. It's just to go against what the Mosai said. The Mosai says in Genesis 2:18, it's not good for man to be alone. So I'm going to argue and say if it's not good for man to be alone, it's not good for women to be alone either. Supposed to be together. He made us to complement each other. When people talk to me, and I've said it many a times, my feminine side is my woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. She's the softer side to me. She helps me to see things from a different perspective because I am very much who I am. You know what I'm trying to say? And vice versa. So when you actually look at it, he's giving you a help me to help you achieve your goals. As a woman, you've got someone there who's there to support you in your goals and what you want to achieve in your life too. But it's always having that rational mind and that emotional balance, and it kind of swings in a perfectly balanced way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And obviously, when things get tough, we get on our face and we pray to the Most High and see what He guides us and what His Word tells us to do.
But touch on that a bit up when you say about your woman is your feminine side. You hear a lot of women these days talk about a man supposed to have his feminine side. You're not showing me no feminine side. But we're saying like we don't know because we are not that. We're naturally masculine. That's how we're created. And even when you understand that as a man, you realize like we stand on truth. Do you know what I mean? We see very things as logical. Get the words out. Do you know what I mean? But what we realize is women always have emotion and emotional. It's two difference in that aspect. But when we look at certain things, how can we fix that problem? Okay, we've analyzed that problem. So right then, you come to me with the issue. You're not the issue. That is the issue. How are we going to fix that? But then for some reason, we're right. You think I'm this. I never said that, you know. The issue is here. Let's take it away and analyze it and break it down and fix it. But when you read this book, you'll understand why we have that stigma and have that mindset of that.
Again, this is me. I've just got some scriptures that I'm going to just reference, and then we're going to get into the books. So Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." And I've been married, and it didn't work. So let's call myself a statistic in the essence of what this whole thing is. So I can say I've been a victim to it, but it's not even just being a victim to it. It's also being privy to it and understanding that. And I speak to older men wouldn't understand this, especially the ones who are still married to the woman they've married for years. Younger ones who've probably gone through things as young men. We have to understand that we have to go beyond the physical when it comes to choosing our life partners. And this is for male and female. You have to be looking for that person that fits and matches with you on a spiritual level, that helps you to grow and fulfill that potential and that purpose that the Most High has called you to have within your life. Because we can go back to breeding farms and things like that. And this is what we're going to speak on just briefly. If we're just moving carnally and physically, there's many people that want to get married. I know many women that want to get married, they just want the day. They're not ready to be a wife, or they're not a wife. You know that because you could tell from their actions prior to anything. And a lot of us have been in situations where we've been in a relationship. We know it's fornication as far as, we thought it was fornication based on what we knew, with the level of knowledge we had back then. And then you're looking like, I just want to tidy the thing up. But in tidying the thing up as a man, was I ready to be a husband? Was I primed and positioned to be a husband at the time I decided to take that leap of faith and say, I'm going to do this thing? Was she primed and ready to be a wife? And the answer is no. So then eventually things break down, because what ended up happening, which we're going to speak on, is a power struggle. It became a power struggle within a relationship, which was unnatural. So what happens is you have two people vying for this position of power. Now, many people who come into the comments and say, we're equal. I'm saying we're equal in value, but our roles are totally different. But we definitely are equal in value. A lot of people want to speak about and put value now based on money. And this is a Eurocentric mindset. So we now, as men, most men will probably only feel valued regardless of what nation you're from, by your economics now. Otherwise, you're no value to a woman. Like, the only value you bring is paying bills, doing nails, X, Y, Z. All of it basically is transactional. And because of that, I might cook you that dinner and you might get some pussy. Now, for me, I could have a maid and a prostitute if I wanted to escort. Then this is me just being straight. If that's the mentality of the woman, then I wouldn't see that as a person that I would want to be getting into a relationship with, just based on the fact that there's so much more than that in a relationship. I spoke to a woman when I first met her a few years ago, and I see she's talking about sex. Again, of our tribe, Yashara. She's talking about, the sex has got to be this and the sex has got to be that. But I said, if you're in an adult relationship, it's the thing you do the least. I'm not saying when you do it, you shouldn't enjoy it. Don't get it twisted for a second, but I'm saying it's the thing you do the least. There's other responsibilities. We have children, so then they become responsibilities. You're saying you're trying to build, that becomes a responsibility. So we've been programmed through, and this is me, we're talking about the Willie Lynch thing, so we'll get to it now.